All right, good evening. Just waiting to confirm that this is showing up on your phones and your laptops, and then we'll get things kicked off. We had Taco start everything for you here. We will see if it shows up, and then we will get started. Says that we should be live, but I'm not sure if people are seeing it.
Something went wrong.
All right, 1 second. All right, thank you for hanging with us. This is, of course, only our second time doing this, so we are still working on all of these fun little learning curves, bumps in the road, if you will. Just to give you an idea of where we're coming from, we did our first ever live anything 2 days ago. I just discovered this platform, and it is not a platform that's been around a long time. So I'm learning with them as we use this. So thank you all for dealing with these like I said, learning curves as we come into them. I have Taco with me tonight. He will make appearances throughout the live stream. We do have another fun general knowledge trivia event. It will be very similar to last night's event with a few key differences that I'll explain when we get there. Right now, we are just waiting for everyone to join. There's no specific number, but we're going to give it a little bit so that everyone has a chance. I know that this notifies people at different times when we are going. In the meantime, I just wanted to make a few announcements, a few things regarding last night, tonight, and what's going on overall with Begatrix Entertainment Online during this shutdown that is now statewide in Illinois and many other states. So first and foremost, we are planning to be here with you throughout this entire ordeal. If we are locked in the houses, you can be sure that as long as we can do it, as long as we can afford to put this on, which you guys have certainly helped out with, I'll talk about that in a second, we will be here for you at least once a day. I'm going to show you a schedule at the end of the night here. Most days we're going to have at least 2 or 3 events for you, even from a online interactive perspective. So I will show you that full schedule at the end of this broadcast after trivia. Speaking of after trivia, we have 2 other great events that are coming out tonight that are not being put on by us, Begatrix, but they are being put on by 2 great friends of ours, 2 very talented local musicians at 8 o'clock. And we posted all this information. If I speak too quickly for you to write this down or keep track, at 8 o'clock, our good friend Bobby K Music is going to be doing a live stream. If you've never heard Bobby K play, it's a real treat. Make sure you tune in. We'll be hosting a watch party for it right here on our page, so you can hang out with us and watch. Bobby will be donating 20% of any online tips that are donated to him to Meals on Wheels America to help seniors during this crisis. So a very good cause that he's doing this for tonight. That starts at 8 o'clock. We'll be watching that together. And then at 9 o'clock, all these times Central Time, 9 o'clock, we'll be hanging out watching Brad Hides perform some live music as well. He did it on Wednesday, I believe at Burnt Barrel Social. We listened to that online. I did personally while I was roasting some coffee. It was fantastic. He's doing it again tonight for Pollyanna Brewing Company, a good friend of ours, 3 locations in this area. Brad Hides, all tips that are donated during his live stream will be donated directly to the servers, the staff at Pollyanna while it's shut down right now so that they can have some type of income. He's doing that. This is where he usually performs on this Friday night, but he can't be there. So in lieu of that, he's going to try to help them make some money. So those two things are going on tonight right after this. So we'll be, like I said, throwing up a watch party on our page so you can hang out with us. We can comment. We can talk about the music or whatever you like. I don't usually get to talk with you guys because I'm on the screen while you guys are chatting away with Gina and the comments. I mentioned earlier, I want to say thank you. Thank you. I can't say it enough. We were not even originally going to put up any type of tip, online tip service or donation service, but a few of you asked specifically, so we created what I believe is called Ko-fi, ko-fi.com. We have a page on there. It's ko-fi/Bag of Tricks. You can donate in the form of buying us online trivia sessions. So I mentioned before this format that we use on Facebook Live. While Facebook Live is free, the program that I use to put on the interactive trivia is unfortunately not free. I believe it's well worth the cost, but currently Bag of Tricks Entertainment doesn't really have an income. So for us to do this, you guys have helped out enormously with your generosity just after the first night. We'll put a link to the Ko-fi in the description of this video if you want to check it out later. But I'm not asking for more right now. I'm just saying thank you to everyone who already has. It means the world to us. You can look at it as you're helping Taco buy delicious dog food, if you will. So thank you. Other than that, some other fun things coming up. Like I said, we're going to mention a full schedule later tonight. We have the next week. I planned all the way through March 30th with events every single day. It sounds like we are most definitely going to be inside for a little bit longer than that. So we will put up a further schedule. I don't have it yet, but we will be listening to your feedback and your input, what type of trivia nights you'd like to see. One thing about this trivia night that we're doing right now, I know some of you have mentioned, this is not super competitive. Obviously, when you're answering, you can see everyone else's comments. That doesn't mean that they're correct, first of all, but obviously I get where you're coming from. This is not as competitive as one of our typical trivia nights. So I will be addressing that here in the next few days as well. And using another platform that I'm familiarizing myself with, we should be able to offer small-scale interactive online trivia through a different platform. This would require registering ahead of time, but it still wouldn't cost you anything. You could play for free. This would allow us to do it in a more closed environment. You would not be able to see what other people are answering. You would not, with the time limits we would set, be able to Google, to search. Obviously you're on the honor system at some point, no matter what. But I hope that, with what we're dealing with, us trying to give this to you, that you guys are being fair and honest and not Googling. I hope that goes without saying. But we will be offering those small-scale events soon. I'll have details about that on the Bag of Tricks Entertainment Facebook page. I think, in terms of announcements, that's about it, other than the ones I specifically want to save to the end of the night. One other thing tonight, I started this last night informally. I'm going to continue it unless I pass out. I'd like to do a social. First off, a cheers with you all right now. Whatever you're drinking, whether it's alcoholic or not, please raise your glasses to us all being here together to do this. Take a drink, thank you. And I would like to continue that social tradition. Anytime we either have every single person answer the question correctly or every single person misses the answer to the question. I will certainly drink more than that, I'm sure, throughout this, so feel free to join, but I will call that social anytime that happens. Last but not least, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the night yesterday, we do have the Bag of Tricks Entertainment loyalty program still up and running. A lot of you signed up yesterday. If you just signed up yesterday, you got a point for being here. Once again tonight, if you're here and you're already a loyalty member, just shoot us a message or an email, info@bagoftricks.com. Let us know that you were here playing and your loyalty number. We'll make sure you get points. We will continue to do drawings once things get a little less hectic. I'm catching up right now with creating all of this content, but by next week we should have a smooth flow we will also have a better way to enter your loyalty numbers starting with the next event. So we're about to get started. If you weren't with us last night, this is a simple interactive environment. I'm going to read the question to you. There are only 4 possible answers, 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're just writing the correct answer in the comments. Here's the first question. What is the occupation of the character named Newman on the sitcom Seinfeld? What is the occupation of the character named Newman on the sitcom Seinfeld? Was he a postal carrier, number 1, a photographer, number 2, a chef, number 3, or a golf pro, number 4? I forgot to remind you right now, but I will. It's best if you can put the number of your answer and type out the text, but make sure you at least put the number 1, 2, 3, or 4 and submit it before time is up. You have 2 seconds right now. As always, if you can put the entire text, you're more likely to get correctly assigned points if you have the correct answer. One other thing that changed tonight, we still have 4 rounds, but I pared it back to 8 questions per round. We're going to see if that's a little more timely. I'd like to keep these right around an hour. If it goes too quickly, we'll add some more. If it's still too long, we will drop it back. We have our first social of the evening already. Newman on Seinfeld was a postal carrier. He's a mailman. Take a drink if you're doing these with me. Cheers. That's how this is going to work. So clearly you all know how this is done. Just type in the number, hit enter before the time is up. Here is question number 2. Speaking of the size, which of these orchestral string instruments is the smallest? Is it the cello, the double bass, the violin, or the viola? Which of these orchestral string instruments is the smallest? Is it the cello, the double bass, the violin, or the viola? 1, 2, 3, or 4? You want to write those answers in the comments. Write a number, type it out if you can. Hit enter before the next 7 seconds pass to be considered for this answer. Oh, that's okay. Let's find out together. Which of these orchestral string instruments is the smallest? Was it the cello, the double bass, the violin, or the viola? I have a feeling most of you will know this, but it might split you. Aha, yes. The violin is the smallest of the orchestral string instruments. The viola and the violin, very similar, but the violin a little bit smaller. Good job. 30, 45 of you knew that. 59 of you missed it, but we're going to forget it. We're moving on to question number 3. Number 3, looking for a first name, a nickname. By what name was the fashion designer Gabrielle Chanel better known? The fashion designer Gabrielle Chanel was better known by what name? Was it number 1, Dee Dee, number 2, Coco, number 3, Mimi, or number 4, Lulu? By what name was the fashion designer Gabrielle Chanel better known? Was it 1, Dee Dee, 2, Coco, 3, Mimi, or 4, Lulu? Get those answers in, hit submit. You have 5 seconds left to do that for question number 3. Just a reminder, only 32 questions total tonight, 8 per round. Rounds are not split by the system. I will let you know when we're moving in to the next round. We have a fun bonus in round number 4. You'll see it when we get there. I'll explain how it works, but it is different than we did last night. And here's to hoping that it works. What name was the fashion designer Gabrielle Chanel better known? That was Coco Chanel. Coco, the correct answer. Coco Chanel, famous designer, I believe, gave us the little black dress, right? Yeah, probably. Sounds right. If not, just yell at me in the comments because Gina's answering them, so I won't see it. Question number 4. Looking for the name of a famous director. Which director's films include titles such as Rebecca, Psycho, and The Birds? Which director's films, out of many, include titles like Rebecca, Psycho, and the Birds? Is it number 1, Orson Welles? Number 2, Alfred Hitchcock? Number 3, Ernst Lubitsch? Or number 4, Stanley Kubrick? Which director's films include Rebecca, Psycho, and the Birds? Orson Welles, Alfred Hitchcock, Ernst Lubitsch, or Stanley Kubrick? Get those answers in. You have 2 seconds. So overall, like before, round 1, these first 8 questions in general are the easiest of the evening. They will get tougher in round 2 and round 3, but these questions and answers are worth 1 point all night. So the person that answers the most correct overall will be ranked as the winner at the end of the competition. Everyone knew this one. That's a social. Getting some more not scotch, but some whiskey. Cheers, guys. Alfred Hitchcock, the correct answer. We had 112 people answer that correctly. 112 people with us at 6 o'clock on a Friday night. Sorry that you're trapped at home. We are as well, but I'm glad we can be doing this together and make the most of things right now, guys. Thank you for being here with me. Looking for a number. The answer to question number 5. How many pins are on the back row at the start of a 10-pin bowling game? So they're re-racked after every 2 rolls, unless you have a strike. But how many pins are in the back row of the formation of the pins in a standard 10-pin bowling game? They look like a pyramid when they're set up. How many are in the back row? Is it 4 pins, 3 pins, 5 pins, or 6 pins? Answer 1, 2, 3, or 4. Are there 4 pins in the back row, 3 pins in the back row, 5 or 6 pins in the back row in a standard 10-pin bowling setup? Anybody else used to bowl? I bowled for 8 years when I was a kid. I think 8 years. Maybe it was 5. Who knows? Gina used to bowl. Taco would bowl, I'm sure, if they had balls for dogs. There's an idea. Doggy bowling.
The only bowl he's interested in is a pool bowl.
That's right. The correct answer is 4. 4 pins in the back. You have 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. 10 pins total. Good job, everybody who got that. 96 of you got it correct. AJ, Shane, Barbara, Bobby, Stephanie. Good job. Thank you for being here with us. Moving on to question number 6. Looking for the name of an actor. Which actor played the restless teenager in the 1955 classic film Rebel Without a Cause? Which actor played a restless teenager in the 1955 classic film Rebel Without a Cause? Was it 1, Rock Hudson, 2, James Dean, 3, Marlon Brando, or 4, Clint Eastwood? Rock Hudson, James Dean, Marlon Brando, or Clint Eastwood? Who starred in 1955's Rebel Without a Cause? That is question number 6. You have 5 seconds to submit those answers. Get them in so you get your points if you're right. 1955's Rebel Without a Cause, I believe. The name of the character, no, I don't remember. Jim Stark, maybe? Sounds right. Jim Stark, played by James Dean. James Dean, tragic accident later in life, driving that car. Most of you knew this. A Spider. He was driving a Porsche Spider. That's correct. 111 of you knew this one. Good job. Lisa, Elizabeth, Katie, Molly, and Kathy. You knew it was James Dean. Good job. Question number 7, round number 1. With which Motown group was Diana Ross a singer in the 1960s? She also had solo fame, but she was a singer with which Motown group in the 60s? Was it 1, the Chiffons, 2, the Ronettes, 3, the Supremes, or 4, the Shirelles? Diana Ross, a singer with which Motown group in the 60s? Was it the Chiffons, the Ronettes, the Supremes, or the Shirelles? 1, 2, 3, or 4. You have 10 seconds to get those answers in. And then we have 1 question left in this first round, easiest round of the night. From what I've seen with your answers, everybody's doing very well. We have 147 people playing total right now. Thank you. 150. As soon as I said it, it jumped. Thank you so much for being here with us. Which Motown group was Diana Ross a singer with in the 1960s? I have a feeling this will be a lot of you. She was Diana Ross and the Supremes. We have a social. Good job, everybody. Got it. Raise those glasses if you have them. Let's take a sip. Cheers. One question left in round number 1. Question number 8 coming up here in 2 seconds. Looking for a number. In cooking, when cooking, how many teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon? Looking for the equivalent. How many teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon? Is it 2 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, or 6 teaspoons? How many teaspoons are equivalent to 1 tablespoon? Is it 2, 4, 3, or 6? My recommendation, again, anytime the answer is a number, I would just type the number of your selection, not the actual answer. So if you think it's the first one, type number 1. Anytime it's a word, try to type out the whole answer. Just trying to give you tips. Again, new program, trying to make sure that it works as flawlessly as possible while we're here having fun. So again, thank you for learning it with me. In cooking, how many teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon? There are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon. Most of you knew this. 3 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon. Good job. 86 of you. Jenny, Adam, Andrew, Bergoni. Good job. You know your teaspoons and tablespoons. All right, that's the end of round number 1. Nothing's going to change in the format, but these questions are going to start getting a little bit tougher overall. Maybe not with this one. Question number 9. Which chess piece, I told you, play a lot of chess, is the only one that is able to jump over other pieces while it's moving without having to capture the piece? What's the only chess piece that is able to jump over other pieces when moving? Is it 1, the knight, 2, the bishop, 3, the queen, or 4, the rook? What chess piece is the only one that can jump over other pieces without capturing? Is it the knight, number 1, the bishop, number 2, the queen, number 3, or the rook, number 4? Get those answers in right now. I have a feeling you guys are going to do well. Again, if you're a chess player, shoot me a message on Facebook. Let me know. We can play online, chess.com. There's an app. You can play on the website or through the browser. It's free to play. And Andrew, I know it's my turn. I will move as soon as we're done with this live stream. The knight, the correct answer. The knight. The queen has the most freedom in the game. She can move any direction. The bishop only diagonally. The rook only vertically or horizontally. The knight moves in an L shape, 2 and 1 or 1 and 2, and he can jump over pieces in his movement. Number 10. What was the name of Speed Racer's car on the TV show of the same name? On the TV show, Speed Racer. What was the name of Speed Racer's car? Was it 1, Kit, 2, Lightning McQueen, 3, Mach 5, or 4, the General Lee? What was the name of Speed Racer's car? Was it Kit, number 1, Lightning McQueen, number 2, Mach 5, number 3, or the General Lee, number 4? Gina told me you guys were doing this last night, but let me know what you're drinking in the comments. Alcohol or not, we like to share. Tonight, digging into a midwinter night's dream out of High West Whiskey. Midwinter night's dram. I've had a couple. This one back from 2014, 15 out of High West Whiskey. Gina opened a bottle of Péjus Cabernet Franc, her favorite varietal. What was the name of Speed Racer's car? The Mach 5. Good job. Bill House, you got it. Bobby, John, Stephanie, Molly on the board again. Most of you knew this one, the Mach 5 was Speed Racer's iconic race car. Question number 11 of round number 2. Fe, that's a capital F, lowercase e, stands for what element on the periodic table of the elements? Fe stands for what element? Is it 1, copper, 2, hydrogen, 3, iron, or 4, ferronium? Fe stands for what element on the periodic table of the elements? Is it 1, copper, 2, hydrogen, 3, iron, or 4, ferronium? Fe. The chemistry people out there, I have a chemistry minor in college. Who'd have guessed I can't even balance equations anymore? Yeah, Gina just said she didn't even know I had a chemistry minor. So shows you how much I talk about it or use it in everyday life. But I have it forever. Educational system. All right. Question number 11. Fe on the periodic table of elements stands for iron. Most of you knew this. Iron, the correct answer. Fe, I believe from the Latin ferrous. I have no idea. I'm making stuff up right now. It sounds right, but that doesn't mean it is right. But I'm going to go with it. Good job, everybody that knew it. You didn't let that throw you off. Question number 12. Who was the Greek goddess of love and beauty? Who was the Greek goddess of love and beauty? Is it 1, Eros, 2, Aphrodite, 3, Venus, or 4, Artemis? Who was the Greek goddess of love and beauty?
Kathy has confirmed Ferris.
Was it Eros, Aphrodite, Venus, or Artemis? 1, 2, 3, or 4, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. Get those answers in. You have 5 seconds left. See if you know your Greek mythology. In the downtime, I heard that it was confirmed that Ferris is
Kathy.
where the Kathy, thank you. I don't have a last name. Kathy, thank you for confirming that. Now we know. It comes from the Latin. Let's find out who this Greek goddess of love and beauty is. You narrow this down because at least one of those there is a Roman name. The Greek goddess of love and beauty is Aphrodite. The Greek goddess Aphrodite. Good job. 105 of you. Andrew Bergoni back on there. Bill Howes, Megan, Danielle, and Bobby again. Good job. You guys doing well. All of you so far through the second half of round 2. Moving on to question number lucky 13. Speaking of 13, with over 13,000 performances and still running, what is the longest running show on Broadway? Over 13,000 performances. What is the longest running show on Broadway? Is it 1, Cats, 2, Phantom of the Opera, 3, Chicago, or 4, Les Mis? Is it 1, Cats, 2, Phantom of the Opera, 3, Chicago, or 4, Les Mis? What is the longest running show on Broadway? Over 13,000 performances and still running. Get those answers in. Time is up. While we wait for the answer, something fun in these crazy times. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed at this point that there is a full-length edit of the awesome theatrical release of Cats from earlier this year, in which the CGI team was tasked with putting in CGI buttholes on every one of the cats. So there is a butthole edit of Cats out there. I can't imagine it's worse than the edit they released. I say let's find it and watch it. The correct answer here, though, is Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera, over 13,000 performances. Next one, I believe, is Chicago, and it's not even really close. Number 14, looking for the name of a television show created by David Lynch that revolved around the murder of a fictional character named Laura Palmer. What TV show created by David Lynch revolved around the murder of the fictional character named Laura Palmer? Was it 1, Twin Peaks, 2, St. Elsewhere, 3, Hill Street Blues, or 4, Ally McBeal? The TV show was created by David Lynch, focused around the death of Laura Palmer. Twin Peaks, St. Elsewhere, Hill Street Blues, or Ally McBeal? We're going to find out together. I have a feeling a lot of you will know this. It was in the media not too long ago because we got the long gap between the first 2 seasons and season 3 of this television show, which is Twin Peaks. Good job, 109 of you. You got it. Twin Peaks, the correct answer. If you haven't watched it, watch it. The 3rd season was on Netflix, I believe, or the first 2 are on Netflix, and the 3rd is on something else. But at this point, most of you probably have all the streaming services while we're locked away. Question number 15, looking for the name of a city. What city was the hometown of the Beatles? What city was the hometown of the Beatles? Is it 1, Liverpool, 2, Manchester, 3, London, or 4, Birmingham, or Birmingham, if you will? Is it 1, Liverpool, 2, Manchester, 3, London, or 4, Birmingham? Get those answers in 9 seconds. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What was the hometown of the Beatles? Okay. This one, if you weren't sure, there's an airport named after John Lennon in this city. The John Lennon International Airport is in the town of Liverpool. Liverpool, the correct answer to this one. I knew and know a few Liverpudlians myself. Great folks. Liverpool gave us the Beatles. I have a feeling, 109 of you knew that. Only a couple of you, I'm guessing, accidentally clicked the wrong number, so don't even worry about it. Question number 16. Looking for a number. How many teams are in the NFL? How many teams are in the NFL? Is it 28, 30, 32, or 34? How many teams are in the NFL? 28, 30, 32, or 34?
Molly Martell said every time Taco's on screen, drink.
Every time Taco's on the screen, you can drink. That can be an added rule.
Thanks, Molly.
Won't be enforced, but I highly suggest it. How many teams are in the NFL? 28, 30, 32, or 34? Lock those answers in. You have 1 second. Time is up. If I was more of a sports fan, I could probably list them all off for you. But if any of you know me, I appreciate that sports are a thing, and I enjoy when they're on, but they are certainly not my thing. I could not name all of the teams, although if there's any sport, I probably know more football teams than any other sport. But I could not name all 32 NFL teams. I'm sure some of you could. Congratulations. 32 teams. I know the Bears are one of them for what it's worth. All right. Question number 17. This is the first question of round number 3. This will be the toughest round of the night. You'll see why in just a little bit. Question number 17. Which of these is another term for vitamin B2? Which of these is another name for vitamin B2? Is it 1, thiamine, 2, pyridoxine. I apologize. Pyridoxine. Number 3, riboflavin. Or 4, cobalamin. Another rule, if I mispronounce something, we drink. Number 1, thiamine. Number 2, pyridoxine. Number 3, riboflavin. Or number 4, cobalamin.
Stop.
One of those is vitamin B2. Lock the answer in. I'm going to
You think you need some B2.
drink for all those mispronunciations. This is the first question of round 3. Like I mentioned, this is the toughest round of questions tonight. We do have a round 4, but it is not the hardest round. It is a new type of round. Here's to hoping it works. We'll find out in a second. The correct answer here is riboflavin, vitamin B2, also known as riboflavin. Good job. 89 of you know your vitamins and their other names. Question number 18 coming up right now on your screen. A human science question. Which of these following terms is not a category of human muscle? Which of these is not a category of human muscle? Is it 1, peripheral, 2, smooth, 3, skeletal, or 4, cardiac? Which of these is not a category of human muscle? Is it peripheral, smooth, skeletal, or cardiac? Lock those answers in. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's see who knows their human body muscle categories right now. Somebody's hungry. We got a dog whining over here because it is exactly 8 minutes past his dinner time, and he is aware of it. Which of these is not a category of human muscle? Peripheral, smooth, skeletal, or cardiac? Correct answer here is peripheral. Good job. Most of you knew this one. I thought that would get more of you. Peripheral, the correct answer. 70, 84 of you, 85, 83 of you got that one. Good job. You know your human muscle categories. Oh, there's Taco. Moving on to question number 19. Some video game trivia. I'm sure we're doing a lot of this right now. Which of these characters was not an available character to play on the very first Mario Kart game, Super Mario Kart, in 1992? Was it Toad, Yoshi, Diddy Kong, or Luigi? Which of these characters was not available as a playable character in the original Mario Kart game titled Super Mario Kart, released in 1992? Was it Toad, Yoshi, Diddy Kong, or Luigi? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Get those answers in. You have 1 second. Now you don't. It's done. Let's find out. If you're not doing it yet, there's a whole bunch of fun ways to play video games as parties. You can do streaming online. You can, the Nintendo Switch, add yourself. Actually, that's something I should do. We have a Switch, a PS4, and an Xbox One. I'll list my gamer tag, my username for those on Vegatrix at some point. I'd love to have you guys add me. We can play some games in this downtime. The correct answer here, 86 of you knew, was Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong, Toad, Yoshi, and Luigi were all in there. Donkey Kong Jr. was a playable character, but not Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong did join later. Some sports, some horse racing. In American horse racing, the Triple Crown is a combination of 3 races: the Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, and what other race? Is it 1, the Breeders' Cup Classic, 2, the American Oaks, 3, the Belmont Stakes, or 4, the Rose Bowl? The Triple Crown is the Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, and which other race? The Breeders' Cup Classic, the American Oaks, the Belmont Stakes, or the Rose Bowl? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Get those answers in. Only a couple questions left in this third round, and you guys are still killing it. I'm going to have to raise the bar here next time we play. American horse racing, the Triple Crown. It's a combination of the Preakness Stakes, Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont Stakes. Good job. 101 of you. Still have 136 people playing right now. You guys are doing fantastic. The Belmont Stakes, the correct answer, the third race in that Triple Crown in American horse racing. That was question 20. Question 21 coming up right here. Who was the first character on screen to speak in the original Star Wars film in 1977, also known as Episode 4, A New Hope? First Star Wars film released. Who was the first character to speak any dialogue? Was it R2-D2, Han Solo, C-3PO, or Luke Skywalker? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Who was the first character to speak? Was it R2-D2, Han Solo, C-3PO, or Luke Skywalker? Get those answers in, Star Wars fans. Star Wars Day coming up in a month and a half, May the 4th. If we're still doing this then, we will certainly do some Star Wars trivia, but hopefully we can do Star Wars trivia in person on May the 4th. Here's the hoping. Who was the first character to speak? First Star Wars film, Episode 4, A New Hope in 1977. A lot of people don't like this character for some reason. If you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, he was fantastic. I think his best showing in any of the films, it was C-3PO, the first one to speak in the original Star Wars. C-3PO, my guy. Rise of Skywalker maybe on Disney Plus sooner than we were going to get it originally, just like we have the new Pixar movie coming this weekend. In which state is Brown University located? Question number 22. In which state is Brown University located? Is it Connecticut, Wyoming, Rhode Island, or Maine? In which state would you find Brown University? Number 1, Connecticut. Number 2, Wyoming. Number 3, Rhode Island. Or number 4, Maine. Taco were a human, he'd go to Brown University. Probably. Who knows? Maybe. He'd probably go to a party school. Which state is Brown University located? Was it Connecticut? Was it Wyoming? Was it Rhode Island? Or was it Maine? Let's find out together. It's hard for me not to give it away. I like to wait so I can see with you guys who got it before I announce that Brown University is located in... I was hoping that would work better. Rhode Island! Rhode Island! Christina Campione, hello! Correct answer. See you on the board. Kristen Barron. It's a picture of Baby Yoda and a person named Kristen, so I'm assuming it's Kristen Barron. Congrats. A lot of you knew that one. All right. This one tough because it's a lot of close answers. In what year did Michael Jordan retire from basketball for the first time? In what year did Michael Jordan retire from basketball for the first time? Was it 1, 1993, 2, 1992, 3, 1994, or 4, 1995? In what year did Michael Jordan retire from basketball for the first time? 1993, 1992, 1994, or 1995? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Lock those answers in. He retired 3 times in total from basketball, plus technically a retirement from baseball, I guess. He retired a lot. First time he retired, we're going to find out in a second. A quick announcement. Space Jam is on Netflix. We watched it earlier this week. Watch it. It's so good. It's so fun. It's just a nice, fun movie. If you haven't seen it, absolutely watch it. If you haven't seen it in a long time, watch it again. It's on Netflix, so it couldn't be any easier. Oh, this one split you across the board, but 35 of you knew he retired for the first time in 1993. 1993, after that first three-peat, Michael Jordan retired from basketball for the first time. Question number 24. This is the last question of round number 3. Which one of these is not considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? Number 1, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Number 2, the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Number 3, the Great Library of Alexandria. Or 4, the statue of Zeus at Olympia. Which one of these four is not considered one of the seven wonders of the ancient world? Is it the Temple of Artemis, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Great Library of Alexandria, or the statue of Zeus at Olympia? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's see who knows it. Sorry for the typo. Which one of these in not considered? Sorry. Just typing fast. I won't do it again. I'm so sorry. I will do it again, but I still apologize. Which one of these is not one of the seven wonders of the ancient world? While we're waiting, round number 4 is a picture round. I'm hoping it works like I planned. I'm going to ask the question. The question is the same. Every single question is name the Disney character. Here's to hoping it works, guys. The picture should show up in front of my face. Question number 25. Name this Disney character. Is it number 1, Sneezy? Number 2, Dopey? Number 3, Sleepy? Or number 4, Grumpy? Number 1, Sneezy. Number 2, Dopey. Number 3, Sleepy. Or number 4, Grumpy? What is the name of this Disney character? This is round number 4. It's our final round of trivia tonight. Overall, it is not going to be super tough, but I wanted to try out something different to shake things up. It didn't? You can't see the picture?
No.
Uh-oh. Okay, we'll try it with the next question. I think I know why it didn't work for the first one. The correct answer was Dopey. And I am seeing now why this didn't work.
Abby says they acted out.
Which character am I? All right. We will see if this works for the next one. Will you watch your screen and see if you see
Yes,
it?
I'm watching.
All right.
Yep.
It would have been fun, let me tell you. Anything?
Yes. Yay.
All right. Well, now you know how question 1 would have worked, and congratulations to 8 of you who correctly guessed Dopey without seeing the picture. I have a feeling you were guessing based on my face, and honestly, I'm hurt right now. But good job. Name this Disney character. I'm being told that you can see this one. It is in front of my face, right here. I can kind of line up with him. What is the name of this Disney character? Is this Sven? Is this Olaf? Is this Hans or Bulda? This is a good opportunity to tell you that we will be doing some theme nights, like I mentioned, but we will be doing some after-hours trivia. It doesn't mean that we have adult content, but I was specifically requested to plan some later events after the children have gone to sleep so that parents can play without having to deal with their toddlers or their children bothering them during trivia. But right now, if you have your kid or your kids or your children or all of them with you, your husband, your wife, anyone, grab them, have them help you with this round. Kids can play. Ask them, who's that picture on the screen? Which Disney character is that? In this case, the answer, as I'm sure many of you knew, Frozen, Frozen 2. Trying to wait so we can do it together. Correct answer for that one was number 1. Sven, good job, 107 of you. Frozen 2, now streaming live on Disney+. Reach out to me, Disney. I'll promote it for you a lot. All right, next Disney character on the screen now. I'm assuming you can see him? All right, cool. Now we're rocking and rolling. Name this Disney character. What is the name of this Disney character? Is this Timothy J. Mouse, Timothy K. Mouse, Timothy Q. Mouse, or Timothy P. Mouse? What is the name of this Disney character from Dumbo? His little booze friend drinking with him. Timothy J. Mouse, Timothy K. Mouse, Timothy Q. Mouse, or Timothy P. Mouse? What is the name of this Disney character? You have 5 seconds left. Get those answers in. Find out together in just a second. Sorry, I was refilling my drink. Correct answer, that character from Dumbo. We know he's Timothy Mouse, but what was his middle initial? I have a feeling a lot of you knew this one. Original Dumbo. Back in the day, new Dumbo just a couple years ago. Timothy Q. Mouse. Timothy Q. Mouse. The correct answer. Congratulations to 47 of you. Molly back on there. Bobby, Kristen Barron. Good job. Kathy and Bobby and Sarah. There are many more of you, but I can't see them all. I apologize. Name this Disney character. We have a adorable pooch on the screen. What is the name of this Disney character? Is this Lady? Is this Nana? Is this Ruff? Or is this Annette? What is the name of this Disney character? Is this Lady, Nana, Ruff, or Annette? 1, 2, 3, or 4. What is the name of this Disney dog? Lady, Nana, Ruff, or Annette? Get those answers in now. Time is up. Once again, we will find out together. It's been a while since a social, so cheers. This one, the nursemaid dog from Peter Pan. Nursemaid of the darling children, taking care of them, looking adorable while she does so. The name of this Disney character, as I'm sure many of you knew, is Nana. Good job. Next character coming onto the screen here in just a second. I think this one's going to be pretty easy. But again, this round 4 was just for me to test out if this would be a possibility. And you are showing me that it is, which means we have tons of options while we are doing these online trivia streams. Name this Disney character. Is this Bagheera? Is this Baloo? Is this Akela? Or is this Mowgli? Again, if you have a little one near you hanging out, sitting down, grab them, ask them to help. What is the name of this Disney character? Let them shout it out. I can't hear you, unfortunately, but they can help you with the answer. Is this Bagheera, Baloo, Akela, or Mowgli? Okay. We're going to find out together. Star of the Jungle Book, co-star of the Jungle Book, and I believe sharing animation with our next character in question. So these two are going to look pretty similar. I believe they dance the same because Disney Company was the king of reusing what they could to save money. Here comes the next one on your screen right after we find out the name of this Disney character, but I think most of you know it. That's a social. Good job. The name of this Disney character is Baloo. Baloo. It's just the bare necessities, which include alcohol currently, if you're drinking. If not, whatever you're drinking is fine. Take a sip for that social. Question number 30. Name this Disney character. Odalally. Number 1, is this Little John? Number 2, Friar Tuck. Number 3, the Sheriff of Nottingham. Or number 4, Robin Hood. What is the name of this Disney character? Is this Little John, Friar Tuck, Sheriff of Nottingham, or Robin Hood? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Get those answers in. We will find out together in just a second who this is. I have a feeling most of you are going to know this one. Disney Plus, I believe, unless I'm not paying attention, I think Disney Plus has every movie that we are taking a character from tonight. So watch them. You have the time. They're all classics. So glad, again, that you guys are here doing this with us. That was Little John. Good job. Number 31 coming up right now. This one, a character from Bambi. Name this Disney character. What is the name of this adorable Disney character? Is this number 1, Thumper? Number 2, Flower? Number 3, the March Hare? Or number 4, Lieutenant Hops? Number 1, Thumper. Number 2, Flower. Number 3, March Hare. Or number 4, Lieutenant Hops? What is the name of this Disney character? One more after this. Get those answers in. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What is the name of this Disney character? Cute one from Bambi. Not that they're all not cute. We have one left. We're going to find out the answer to this one together. Number 31, that adorable little bunny from Bambi. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I'm sure I killed that quote, but you get the point. Let's be nice to each other now more than ever. Say something nice to someone around you or someone that you can't see. Send them a nice message. Oh, that's a social. Good job. Cheers, Taco. Good job. All right, last question coming up right now. What is the name of this Disney character on your screen? Is this number 1, Meeko? Number 2, Flit? Number 3, Chip? Or number 4, Dale? Name this Disney character. Is it number 1, Meeko? Number 2, Flit? Number 3, Chip? Or number 4, Dale? What is the name of the Disney character on your screen? This is our final picture question of the night. This is our final question of the night. You guys did very well this evening. Weren't many questions that didn't have a majority of correct answers. Once again, we're just having fun right now, learning exactly how we're going to do this. So we will step things up in the future for some of our events. But for now, I'm happy to have you here with us. I'm happy to see so many of you doing so well. So let's find out the answer to this one, and then we'll see our final results in just a second. This character, best friend of a title character, fun, hungry, adorable little raccoon from Pocahontas, named Meeko. Good job, 97 of you. Leah Marticello, I am sure that you accidentally typed Chip because no one likes Disney more than you. I'm sure you did that accidentally. All right. Our finals this evening, Bobby Marcados, 31 correct out of 32. In second place, Jennifer Wilkinson Widener. Good job. Molly Murtaugh in third with 29 points. Actually, looking at the screen now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of you tied for second place. So again, like I said, the difficulty scale tonight, probably a little easier than we'll do in the future, but I wanted to make sure that we had a good time. I wanted to test out that picture round. Now that I know that it's a viable option, we have a lot of fun things in store in the future. We can do picture rounds like that, again, with different categories, not just Disney characters. Third place, Aisling Ivers. Congratulations. I see Diane Marie, Abby Gale. Good job. 10th place, Shane Colburn, Kyle Davis, Melissa Padovano, Mary, Bridget Barrett, our friend from Tapster, Wicker Park. I saw you post about this on Instagram earlier. Thank you so much for the shout out. We're all going to do what we can to help all of our friends and our venues during this shutdown, which is going to lead me into an announcement I'm about to make. So, guys, this is the end of trivia right now, but please, please, please don't leave just yet. I have a couple of very important announcements regarding trivia and regarding Bag of Tricks Entertainment overall, what we have going on for you during this time. So I'm going to take trivia off the screen, but please do not leave just yet. I have some other fun stuff to pop up in a second. All right, first and foremost, I mentioned before that we will be doing at least one event every single day online in this format. for everyone to play. The events that I'm about to put on your screen will be hosted just like this through our Facebook Live on Begatrix Entertainment, which means anybody can join if they join on the Facebook Live video. I'm adding it to our screen right now. This is our calendar of upcoming Begatrix events just for the following week. Again, I have another calendar past this, and I will create more events in addition. But tomorrow, Saturday, March 21st at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing The Office Trivia. You voted for it. That ended up with the most votes at the end of the night. We're going to do The Office Trivia. And then again, tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock, I listened. I know some of you have requested a little bit of a later start time when you put the kiddos down to bed. So we're going to give this one a shot. A general knowledge trivia in this format, different questions tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. On Sunday, we'll be back in the afternoon again, 3 o'clock for Friends Trivia. Friends themed trivia. I'll be posting some fun episodes that we should all be watching, The Office or Friends, whatever we're doing in the meantime to help you study up for some of the tougher questions. On Monday, as I mentioned previously, at 6 o'clock in the evening, we have Lord of the Rings trivia. This is going to be the first event that we will have prizes for. So we're going to take that one pretty seriously. There will be full 4 rounds of questions. They will get pretty tough. And if we need to, we'll do a tiebreaker at the end. Lord of the Rings trivia sponsored by the Elmhurst Public Library. They're providing gift cards to Red Arrow Tap Room in Elmhurst to the top few winners. We will again be doing general knowledge trivia that night at 9 o'clock. We will have general knowledge trivia every day next week after Monday, Tuesday through Friday at 6 o'clock. You can play general knowledge trivia just like you are here tonight. The questions will get a little bit tougher. We'll do all sorts of rounds like the picture round tonight. We're going to try all sorts of fun stuff while we have you here and we're stuck inside. However, we will also be doing additional events on Tuesday, the 24th, 8 o'clock Central Time. We have Harry Potter trivia. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, we have Disney trivia. And Thursday at 8 o'clock, we have 90s pop culture trivia. So we have 4, 5, 6 fun themed trivia events just next week alone we're going to do, plus general knowledge trivia almost every single day. In addition, don't leave yet, one more fun announcement. I mentioned it yesterday as a possibility. Now it is something that will be happening. We will have Music Bingo live. So live music bingo that you'll be able to participate in with digital bingo cards at your computer in the safety of your own house. We will have local talented musicians performing the songs live via Facebook Live. So you'll be watching, listening, enjoying the music, and marking off the songs on your card as you hear them. If you get 5 in a row, yell out bingo. You'll be a bingo winner. For these first couple events, we probably won't have prizes until I figure out the logistics of how this will work, but it will be fun every single time. We're going to post all of those events to Begatrix. Music bingo, once we have it all confirmed. If you are a musician or you know a musician, you have a guitar or a piano or something at home and you want to play music and sing and do your own round of music bingo, shoot us a message. We're happy to feature you and have you do this. It will be customized to the songs that you can play as long as you have a decent catalog of songs you can play so we can make this interesting for everybody.
Tell them begatrix.com/loyalty.
If you have not signed up for the loyalty program yet, begoftricks.com, BAIGOFTRICKS.com/loyalty. There is a form you can sign up for free. It is not many questions. You'll be in. If you sign up tonight, you'll get points for tonight. Starting tomorrow, every time we do an event, you'll be able to log your loyalty number on a form. We'll give you information on that tomorrow. Last but not least, every single event that I just mentioned to you will be online, on Facebook, on our website, just like all of our live events in our venues have been in the past. We're going to create online events so you can keep track of this all. And you can invite your friends, your family, your loved ones across the United States. That's the cool thing about this online interactive trivia. We are not limited by where we live or where we can drive to for dinner on a Tuesday night. So while we're in this situation, let's make the most of it. Let's bring everyone together that we can, invite them to these events once we post them online. Some of these events, as we find out how much people would be interested, we will host smaller, more competitive style events on a different platform where we can control the answers, we can control the timeline, we can make sure that everybody has a fair and equal shot, and we will provide prizes for those. So last but not least, like I mentioned yesterday, we have some merch available. We will put that up on our website and on our Facebook. If you're interested in helping us out in this time, you can buy some merch. We have shirts, we have hoodies, we have some hats. We're going to make some merch with Taco's face on it. That's happening. Last but not least, like I said, this is not something we planned to do in the beginning, but many of you asked. There is a tip service or a donation site, coffee, ko-fi.com/bagoftricks. If you had fun tonight, you can support it. This platform is not free, unfortunately. We do have to pay for it. So everything that you donate helps us do that and keep giving you these events in the future for as long as we need to. If we are locked down, we're going to be locked down together. Bag of Tricks will be here for you throughout this entire thing with something to do, so you don't have to listen to the news. You don't have to listen to what's going on outside. You can hang out with your friends, have a nice drink. Let's do one more social. Cheers, guys. That's it for tonight, but that's not all for tonight. Trivia's over, but we have Bobby K coming up at 8 o'clock. We have Brad Hides coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll host a watch party so you can join, shoot the shit with us together while we listen to some fantastic musicians raising money for great causes. Guys, thank you so much. Cheers. See you next time.